Well, hello, everyone. This is Mark Levesque from For His Glory Ministries. You know, our tagline is launching disciple-making movements that transform nations for Christ. And we've literally seen the model of disciple-making that we advocate, that we follow, that we train, changing cities, transforming cities. I mentioned that in a couple previous videos on how cities in Rwanda and a city in the Democratic Republic of Congo have been transformed. And we're going to begin going through the manual that we have for training for trainers. I just recently was in Nigeria and had the opportunity to train well over 1,000 pastors in training for trainers. And so I wanted to do some videos, particularly for our brothers and sisters in Africa, because we are training people there in a very big way in this training for trainers models. In fact, we have over 24,000 groups right now in Africa, over 24,000 T4T training groups under the churches that partner with us in Africa. And they are leading people to Christ every month. In fact, right now in Africa, we are seeing over 69,000 people a month being led to Christ through this training for trainers model. And many of them are being discipled in these discipleship groups. And as these people change because of what's happening and they're becoming disciples, their communities and their cities change, and eventually their nations will change, be transformed for Christ. So that's the model that we're following. And you can find the manual that we go through, that we use. It's a very simple manual. It lays out the process very easily. We're going to go through part 1 today. You can find it on our website at forhisglorymin, that's min.org. And so you can go to www.glory, Glory, min, like ministry, min.org. And you can download this manual from our training tab on our website. It's called the full manual, and that's what I'm going to be going through in multiple parts in these videos. So right now, I'd like to talk about part 1. In part 1, what part 1 covers is the why, the how, and the what of T4T. The why is, why are we doing this? Well, the number one reason why, it's the model Jesus told us to do. He said, go forth and make disciples. Make disciples of every nation. He talked about making disciples in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost parts of the world. And so he wanted us to first start in our home area where we're located. That would be like Jerusalem. Judea would be the area beyond our home area, our neighborhood. And then the nations beyond that. And that's what he's called us to do. And one reason I came to For His Glory Ministries is For His Glory was actually sharing disciple making with the nations. And I wanted to be part of that because Jesus wanted us to go out to the nations. So part of it is Jesus said, I want you to wait in Jerusalem. He's talking to his disciples as he's about to leave. Wait in Jerusalem till you receive the Holy Spirit, and then you will receive power to be my witnesses. And so he wanted us to be witnesses. He wanted us to be witnesses. What that means is somebody who's sharing what they've seen Christ do in their life. It's someone who is witnessing what Christ does through them as they're sharing. And so that's what we're called to do. We're called to be witnesses. And a lot of times we're taught to make disciples because that's what Jesus said. His method of actually transforming people and then transforming communities and cities is by transforming the people that live there in their heart. Transforming them from the inside out, having them come to be people that have Jesus dwelling in them. That's Jesus' model, and his model is through disciple making, disciples who make disciples who make disciples. That's the model we follow, training for trainers. And so he wants us to make disciples. But the current model that's practiced most times for disciple making is one where we get one disciple, we work with one disciple for a long period of time, and then when we feel they're ready, we send them out to make disciples. But they don't have a habit of making disciples, so they tend not to go out and make disciples. The model Jesus followed was not have them grow, then go, which is the current model we see. We want people to grow as they go. And so we want our disciple makers to lead their disciples in the process of disciple making, so they actually become disciple makers as they're growing as disciples. That's the model Jesus followed. That's the model we follow. And that's the model that has been transforming cities across Africa. And it really does work. And so stay tuned. We're going to talk more and more about this model of training for trainers, disciple making. Again, my name is Mark Levesque from For His Glory Ministries. Thank you.